Hey everybody, it's Tina with Tina's Fine Arts. I'm going to show you some real basics, some things you can do to learn about art, some of the concepts. So what we're going to do is just start out with some basic shapes. I am kind of straddling my tripod, which you hopefully can't see from there. I'm going to try and find a way. I'm missing my hook to hang it. Long story. But anyway, for now, I'm in a little awkward position. So one of the first things, I mean, we have basic shapes. You can do this with a pencil. I'm just using a thick graphite so I can show you a little quicker. But anyway, so let's start off with, I'm going to step around to the side here. I'm going to start with a circle. And you know, one of the trickiest things for a lot of artists is just getting a circle that's okay. Even on all sides. So sometimes we'll just go around and around until we get comfortable with it and get it right. Now, one of the things you can do here with this circle, since I have it where I want, I'm going to erase this just a little because everything has to do with light source, okay? So you always want to know where your source of light is. To make this circle look like a ball, that's all I need to know. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come around to the other side so my hand doesn't cover this. You just start shadowing and shading and shadowing and shading. So as you darken this side here, you can see this is the part that's shadowed and has the least amount of light. Got it? All right. Start shadowing more. And how you do this is you push down with a little bit more pressure. Now if you have a real pointed pencil, too much will leave the demarcation, or what do you call them, the marks in your paper. Okay, so now the light, how much is shining on it. I can make my light, since I've already shadowed this right here, my light is coming a little bit more into a direction here, not completely over here, but you're still going to see that outline. If you want your light coming all the way from here, you're just going to have a little lighter edge that the edge will show. So what we're going to start doing, and it should be darker as it gets further away, so I'm going to darken this a little bit. Start getting a little lighter so that's less pressure. A little bit more, a little bit more. Just keep moving. That keeps your strokes soft and smooth. A little more, a bit darker here, a little more. And then I'm going to just lightly bring these together. It was so different when I started painting to get used to not, it's just a different effect with painting, and I'll do some of those even later for you too. But for now, it's lighter, 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 lighter. Okay, and then you have more of, now it's starting to take on some form and some shape. Probably want to go a little darker down here until it looks right. And then you can add an oblong, I don't know if I got it in the right spot, but an oblong shadow over here. Probably should cut off and come even. So, again, I'm working sideways, so excuse me. And I'm working quick because I still have a painting for my exhibition to finish. Well, more than one. Anyway, okay, now, if you got too dark somewhere, like I did over here, depending on what you have, you can have some fun too by going back to erase and soften. I use a kneaded eraser because it does not tear up your paper. If you don't know what a kneaded eraser is, and you just, get a little gunk on it, you just move it around, and then eventually just get too much and you move along. You see that? It's a pretty simple spear shape there. doing real light. All right, so we have a ball. I could maybe do, you can continue to flow with it and get it the way you like it. That's what you do in art. Make it a little darker there. I felt like it needed more. There we go. Oh yeah, that's what else I need to show you, are different ways to shadow. We'll show you that on the next one, okay? A different technique. So there you go. And here's a little, there, darken them, so. And this shadow is not gonna be a perfect circle, but it should be like a little more of an ellipse, like, you know, oblong, right here. Okay, now, let's go and let's draw a can, because this is gonna lead into some bobbles. I'll show you how to draw. So what we're gonna do is draw an ellipse, real easy. I'm gonna pick up a different pencil because, let me see. It'll be easier to show you. 2B, that's cool. Okay, so I'm gonna draw an ellipse here. Side. I always sketch light in case, you know, you get something crooked or slanted or whatever, then you can go over it and darken it. Now, the direction we're viewing, if I put this same ellipse on the bottom, it's not going to look like a can or a bottle or whatever. So I'm actually looking, like most of us do, when something's sitting on a counter, down into it, which means this here will also be rounded. Just slightly. And so now we have, if you can't see, I'll go over with a darker pencil. The 6B should do it. You can use a ruler. I'm freehanding, just to be quick. And since I'm drawing sideways, I'm not sure how proportionate everything is. This is another easy one. I learned to do this when I was about 10 or 11 out of a book I've talked about several times. It's really old now, but his name is John. I can never say the last name. Genki, Nagy, G-A-N-G-Y. It's terrible that I've never known how to pronounce that. Now I've got my tripod made a mark here, so for this, what I'm going to show you is different other ways you can shade things. So we're going to continue for simplicity purposes. Light source coming from here. We're looking down on top. I think this could probably be a little bit more rounded. Not a big deal. Now, I'm terrible, so my other artist friends are going to critique me at this. I'm better at this than what I'm going to show you, okay? Maybe some of my art friends can chime in. It's called cross-hatching. You start shadowing by making these X's or lines and crossing over them. It's a quick way. I like this technique with painting because it's a quick way to get things done. See, I don't even like the way I'm doing that. It doesn't look like they're all going. I'm a horrible cross-hatcher. I know. A lot of my friends out there are gonna, Jacqueline, William, all you guys are gonna like really laugh at this. I actually just like the lines better, so let's do this. You can do lines and then start filling in. Remember, you're gonna get lighter as you get over here towards the middle because your light source is coming here. And then you just start filling in, okay? Maybe wider lines here because it's not as, I believe you would say, dense of a shadow here. And as you get back in here, your lines are going to be closer together, almost solid. See that? You can see how it's forming. Again, I'm not Some of you may pick up on this technique and perfect it. I've worked on it my entire life, and it just doesn't come easy for me, so it's one I really don't use except sometimes in painting, which is just different. Same thing in here. Okay, and you're gonna see the light coming down. If your light's coming, okay, I said from over here, but let's say you're gonna get some light on top, okay? So let's just say we're coming right here, this way. What you're gonna do is you're gonna see your rim. You're gonna see a shadow here. And really, depending on if your light's coming from the front or the back, we're going to say we're shooting from the front right here, okay? So it's pretty much going to light up the back here and give you just a little bit more. Just thicken those lines until it looks about right to you. And there, we have a simple can. Some people put just a little bit of a shadow right here to define your edge. Define your edge. You could just do with some lines right here if you like. Just practice and play around and find out what's comfortable. Some people even shadow, like making squigglies, like things like this, and going back and forth. It's just overlapping and filling things in and making colors look right, okay? So now here, don't forget, we're going to have a shadow out here, and I never make it like a firm edge because the shadow always breaks. I just like to, God, I haven't done this stuff for years either, guys. I mean, it's years. I just mostly paint. I sketch my drawings before I paint. I sketch everything. I draw by hand. I don't trace for my paintings. You know, some artists do, and that's their preference. It just, for me, it doesn't feel authentic, and that's just for me. I'm not criticizing my art friends. All right, so there you go. Those are two things that I want to show you. Next tutorial up will be on drawing 3 bottles, and we're going to use this format. All right.